industry in the country already hit with around $3 billion in losses.
And Bangladesh garment workers will be certainly disproportionately affected by the crisis.
Pandemic presented us with a lot of challenges. All of us woke up with an overnight surprise of buyers canceling goods worth almost $3.15 billion. It wasn't just about the cancellations, it was also about the uncertainties going forward. The pandemic also sort of proved to us how vulnerable we are, and at the same time, how an unemployment fund scheme for the workers was a necessity that we should have had in place. The pandemic has come with a lot of learning, with a lot of realization, and of course, an intense reconciliation of what we expected the responses to be and what it actually were. The stimulus package came in as a welcome relief to the sector. Honorable Prime Minister was generous enough to have extended her support to the sector by offering the stimulus packages. The stimulus packages was something that helped us concentrate more on the negotiation with the buyers, because had we spent time on securing the salaries for our workers, we would have been at a loss. So that quite didn't happen. With the stimulus package coming our way, we could at least make sure that the 4 months of salaries for the workers were taken care of. We got a soft loan from the government that kept us afloat. Without the stimulus package, the entire sector would have faced almost a doom. The government was kind enough to extend a lot of policy support. The central bank literally issued almost 99 circulars in 1 month. So the extent of policy support to the sector was unimaginable, and we remain grateful to the government because of this. Another policy support that came our way was government allowing us to use the EDF fund to settle our back-to-back liabilities. Of course, the government extended our classification limits 10 years. The government package which was given came with a 6-month moratorium. There was a lot coming our way from the government, and an absolute alignment with the policymakers helped. We would like to mention this particular phase and acknowledge with deep gratitude what Honorable Prime Minister and the government have actually extended to the sector. When it came time for us to open the factories, there was a lot of consideration going on in all our minds, whether it was lives or whether it was livelihood, and what would we do. So a proper factory opening guideline was crafted along with the intervention and help of ILO. This was put in place middle of April, so that when we opened on the 26th of April with limited workforce, starting from 30% and then gradually going up to 70% phase-wise, it automatically provided the sector the time to learn the new safety measures that were being put in place. Worker safety became a prime consideration, along with the factory taking in all the steps to ensure that the factory opening guidelines were followed. Within the factory opening guidelines, of course, there was hand washing routine, there was distancing, and a lot of awareness was being taught to the workers. At the same time, we also made sure the telemedicine support was available for the workers. We are currently aligned with at least 3 telemedicine companies, institutions which offer us help, along with registering in another startup called Inspectorio.com, which basically listed the factories who were interested in doing self-evaluation. Apart from all this, the government and the ministries, of course, issued their guidelines. We just followed very, very carefully. We set up a PCR lab where we regularly test our workers. Yes, there are challenges all along the way, but it also gives us the opportunity to tackle whatever predicaments that we faced during COVID.